Going live. Going live. Ooh. Why am I so bright? So bright on YouTube. I'm so bright. I'm so bright. I got to wear shades. Look at that. You can see the light in the reflection of my glasses. That's why you got to spend the extra money and get the non-reflective glasses. Oh, yeah. It's one of those nights. I don't drink much. But when I do, I do. That's all. All right. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along. Just kidding. Stay here. Like the video. Like the live stream. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me on YouTube under Big and Corn-Fed. What's this say? Oh, wait. Invite people to share. It's kind of hard to invite people to share when you just started your live stream like 2 minutes ago. More likes can attract more viewers. Keep it up. Thank you for the likes. Oh, somebody got censored. Very first fucking comment got censored. What up, Martin? And you got censored for saying that. What the hell were you thinking? You just come on here, you come on TikTok with all these people, this community that we're trying to protect, and you decide to say some shit like, what's up, Martin? The temerity, the audacity. I'm shocked. I'm shocked and I'm saddened by, oh, somebody else said it and it went through. See? That didn't get censored. You know why? Because the algorithms don't think they're an asshole. It's not me. I'm not saying it. Look, I cannot be held accountable for what the AI does to you. I know, that's an understatement. You were not only the first comment of the live stream, you were the first comment to get censored on the live stream simultaneously. Yeah. Well, of course it knows you. It's listening to you all the time. Okay. So, by the way, this is not what it looks like. Don't restrict my view. This is just, and I'm over 21 for God's sake. I know a lot of people might argue that that's impossible, but it's entirely possible. And yes, I know it looks like a shot glass in my hand because I have fucking banana hands and these little shorty bottles are tiny. Well, I mean, they're not tiny, but they're, what are they, 12 ounces, 10 ounces, 6 ounces? I don't know. They are 12 ounces. What's a normal size bottle? Root beer, exactly. Beer is the root of all great party stories. Well, that's not true. I suppose tequila really is too, so. Anyway, all right, let's talk about what's going on in the world because there's all kinds of shit going on in the world right now. By the way, I have no one on my YouTube live stream. Does that shock you? Surprise you? Hello, Deb. It's my kind of alcohol. Yeah, it's I've got nobody on the live stream yet on YouTube, but that's okay. That will change dramatically. Very, very soon. And you're saying to yourself, man, you really sound like you're pretty confident about that. Oh, I am. I am. I'll have 1 million viewers. I'll have 1 million followers on, or no, I guess they're subscribers on YouTube. Here, you guys are followers. That's just weird, right? Is it me? Or to say that you guys are my followers just feels a little Christ-like. Everybody can guess what you're going to do now. Talk about the economy? Yes. You are a sharp cat. Oh, let's see. Oh, oops. Alleged leaks of at least 2 top secret documents, both marked no foreign, which is among the highest classifications, about Israel's attack preparations on Iran. They showed up online today. Whoopsie. Oopsie doopsie. That's not how you're supposed to do that. Hey, wait a minute. I'm charging my phone, but my phone's, oh, sorry about that. I don't want to make you guys sick. I'm just trying to charge my phone, and it's being obstinate. By the way, how does adherence sound? That sounds odd, but cool. Ah, okay, now it's charging. Good. I don't want to lose you guys. I don't want to lose you now. We've come so far together. We've been through so much. Let's see. What? This is illegal. Oh my God. The British Labour Party is sending staff to campaign for Kamala Harris in swing states. The British Labour Party, the redcoats are coming. That's pretty strange considering that's illegal as shit. That is actually illegal. If you're a foreign country, you cannot come over here and get involved in our elections. But, how to remove fluoride from the water at home. Oh boy. I love how they say it may pose risks to your health. 72 studies have shown that it actually lowers IQ in children dramatically. Another Democratic team, Tratter. Did you mean trotter? Because I don't actually own a horse. I got this from Mexicans because Mexicans make cool dawn patrol shit. That's what we used to call it when I was a surfer. I don't know what they're actually called, but they're warm. They're made of all recycled material. Yeah, this used to be somebody's butt wipe. That's not true. I just made that up. Half a beer and I'm already an idiot. Yeah, let's say it's the half a beer and not just the fact that I'm an idiot. That's funny though. I cracked myself up. Yeah, they're fucking. I think I get them. Well, I know where I get them, but I think they're $14. And by the way, the reason I buy it is because I'm going to keep scooting. Yes, yes. If you're thinking, Jesus, when does that thing end? I have a 7-foot arm span. Literally, no shit, 7 feet. I actually did this once at the zoo in Los Angeles because I saw the orangutan exhibit had a thing for the orangutan, and it was just an outline on a sign, and it showed that they're very short, like 4'6", but they have these enormously long arms. And I was with my daughter, and I looked at it, and I said, "Damn, I think my arms are that long." And she goes, "Really?" I walked over to it, and I stood right next to the outline and put my arms out, and she goes, "Oh, Jesus, Dad, your arms are longer than an orangutan's." And I said, "Yeah, that's what I thought." And right then, around the corner of the driveway, the walkway in the zoo, which has got a big hedge, right around the corner came a bunch of Japanese tourists. And I know this sounds stereotypical, but they all had cameras. They all had cameras. And they stopped, and I heard this little bit of chattering in Japanese, and they all lifted their cameras up and started taking pictures of me. Yeah. Yeah, it was a zoo exhibit. I felt real good about that. Hey, why am I not? What's going on here? I haven't gotten a single comment in quite a while. You know what I think? I think TikTok's fucking with me. Nothing's changed on here. I can see myself. I can talk. But no, nothing's changed. Yeah, this is screwy. I'm not sure I trust TikTok when it comes to my going through my Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, it's going to have to be this way forever because I disconnected this phone today and I got this new shiny iPhone 15 Extra Super Duper Pro Max, smarter than me, and I don't know the password to this account. Yeah, an account with 119,000. Oh, by the way, thank you very much, guys. Last night you put me over 119,000 views. I mean, 119,000 followers. That was so cool because I've been at 118 for over a year now. Like I zoomed up to 118 and then they figured out what I was talking about, I guess, and they didn't like it. So, well, it was actually right when the Texas Project took over TikTok from China and started censoring the shit out of things. That's when it happened. So, what do you do? Let me see if I can get this thing to stop glitching because I am still. I mean, I can see me. I'm talking, and there's certain things that are moving, but the amount of subscribers isn't changing, and I'm not getting any comments, which is really, really odd. Something's up here, folks, and I don't like it. Huh? What is going on? Not digging this, man. I think TikTok is messing with me. Yeah. I might have to start my live stream over. Because that comment was a long time ago. And I know you guys like to talk. So let's see if I can go to my live stream on YouTube. Is anybody on here? Am I glitching as bad as I think on TikTok? Because if I am, I have to start over. Yeah, nothing's happening here. All right, I'm going to start this over. I'm going to start my live stream over. How do I end this? Oh, end up here in the corner, right? Yeah, I haven't done one of these since yesterday. That's why I don't remember. Uh-oh, nothing's working. Let's see. 253 and now, and we'll start over, folks. Okay. That was disappointing as hell. But I have 3 people on YouTube. Hi, YouTube guys and gals. It's awesome. Like most Americans. No. I already listened to you, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's poison in our food, and I'm not real fucking happy about it. All right, let's start over. No glitch on YouTube. Hard to listen to you on TikTok. Really? That's interesting. Is it a bad microphone kind of a deal? Because it is kind of a shitty old phone. I've had it for 4 years and I've dropped it about 400 times. One thing about living in the desert that I'm not really happy about is I'm not terribly afraid of rattlesnakes because rattlesnakes are cool. They want to get out of your way. You know, if you trap them in a corner, it's one of those deals where they'll bite you. But out of 416 attempts to get a rattlesnake to bite a fake leg with a boot on the end of it, researchers at ASU only got a rattlesnake to bite 1 time out of 416 tries. So rattlesnakes don't really want to bite you. They want to get the fuck out of Dodge. I appreciate that. I want them to get out of Dodge. What I don't like are the fucking spiders in this state. I don't know what they are, but there are spiders that are about this fucking big around. They're not tarantulas, because tarantulas are mellow. Tarantulas are cool, man. They just wander around. They do their thing. These things, you always find them on the ceiling. They always seem to be attracted to your ceiling. And in the last couple weeks, I found 3 of these monsters on the ceiling above my bed, directly over my fucking head. What? What are the odds of that? Just laying there reading. And all of a sudden, it's like, hey, what's that? I look past my book and I look up at the ceiling and I go, Jesus Christ, that thing's huge. And it's like it's looking down at me. I've got this huge ass spider, and I don't know what kind it is, but they move like lightning, man. You get near them and they're just like pew, across the ceiling or down the wall or right behind your fucking bed. So, somebody got censored already. What'd you get censored for? What'd you say? Oh, I got to read this. I can't let censored stuff go by. You guys know that. You know that about me. Give Robert my thanks for stopping using your Wi-Fi. You got censored for saying that. Aliens. Yeah, I don't know what the hell kind of spiders these things are, but whatever they are, I don't like them. They piss me off because the thing is, I'm a big guy. To be honest with you, if I ran into a black bear in the forest and it was fight or flight, fuck it, man. I'm not running. I'm just too big, too old. I'm fighting because that's going to make one hell of a great TikTok video. But spiders don't understand. Like you look at a spider and you're like, all right, motherfucker, you want to do this? We'll do this. Wait. We'll fucking do this. We'll go. And they're like, I don't know what he's saying, but boy, I sure wish I could inject him with some of this venom. Where's the rationale in that? You can't reason with spiders. Rattlesnakes haul ass. They don't want to bite you. They just want to get the fuck out of Dodge. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like an octopus. When you hug an octopus, who decides when that hug is over, huh? Not you. Oh, no. The octopus gets to decide. Uh-huh. It's kind of like going to work for the CIA. When are you no longer in the CIA? When the CIA decides you're no longer in the CIA. Don't ask me how I know that. It doesn't, but doesn't the octopus have to be big for that? Well, you better hope it's not too big. Spiders are good because they eat other bugs. You know what? There's not a lot of bugs in my house, and that's the point, is that when there's a spider directly over my fucking head, 3 of them in a week, same kind. I don't know what they are. I don't know if it's like there's a hotel for them nearby, but whatever they are, they're nasty looking, and they're huge. Yeah, don't sleep with your mouth open. No shit. I should put those nose strips on so I can breathe through my nose. After you've had your nose broken enough times, it gets really hard to breathe through it. I've had my nose broken 7 times, 8 if you count the last surgery where they actually broke it again. That was good. That was a good one. That was the one time that I got my nose broken and I didn't feel a thing. All the other times it hurt like a son of a bitch, and 7 wives. That's funny. I actually have only been punched in the face by one of my wives. It's a true story. Got punched in the face. Boy, was that a shocker. And she slapped me before, but I get it. She was mad at me and she decided she was going to slap me. And look, imagine slapping Shrek. That's kind of what it was like. She's not big, and I'm enormous, and she slapped me, and I just gave her a hug, and I said, feel better now? Which really pissed her off. The lack of reaction. I guess what I should have done is I should have fallen to the floor and held my face and said, oh my God, my eye. And then she would have felt terrible. But then, of course, when she realized I was fucking with her, she probably would have started kicking me. So, look, there's no way out of that situation. When you've pissed a woman off so bad that she actually slaps you, you're basically up shit creek at that point. Like, there's no way out of that one easily. So I got up and I hugged her and I said, do you feel better now? And I took a step back and I smiled at her, and she slapped me again. And I said, oh, okay. Are we done now? Well, that pissed her off even worse. But at that point, she realized that slapping me was probably going to lead to me laughing at her, which probably wouldn't have gone down well at all. You got to remember, I used to box. So I've been punched in the face, it's just not a thing. It's, and I get it. Like, I get it. They say you should never lay your hands on another person. Well, that's their opinion. But trust me, there are men out there that needed their hands, that needed me to lay my hands on them to get a point across because they were really awful human beings. Whatever. Hit a woman? No, of course not. That's, That's just a rule. It's been a rule for God only knows how many. Well, I guess it's not a rule in some societies, but it's a rule in my world. In the world of sort of redneck gentlemen, we don't do that. So, but yeah, when she slapped me, I just I said, "Oh, I didn't have dinner tonight. No dinner, no dinner for me." Or wait, did I have dinner? Oh Jesus! Oh God, I ate chili. It's the worst chili ever, too. I mean, it's the most delicious chili, but it's just horrible. But I just had a little bit of that. It's supposed to go on a burger, but I just ate it. So anyway, she slapped me, and then I said, "Okay, do you feel better now? Are you done?" And she then decided that if she couldn't slap me and upset me, maybe if she smashed a $3,500 guitar on the floor and started throwing lamps everywhere, that might work. It didn't work. I don't get mad in situations like that. That's just not. It's not the kind of thing that makes me mad. The last time I lost my temper was a guy was beating up his daughter in a Dairy Queen in Portland, Oregon. And that was the last time. Fucking Henry, I knew it. That's why I didn't turn it on, Henry. I knew that you would get some kind of sick satisfaction out of pointing out that I forgot to light up my. Ooh, okay, there we go. Yeah, so he was his daughter was so cute, sweet little girl, and she said, can we have some ice cream? And he said no, and she said, what if something or other? I don't remember what she said, but it was something like, well, but what if I'm really good, or what if I clean my room or something like that? She was trying to make a deal. Look, I taught all my kids, you want to make a deal? Go for it. Let's see if we can make a deal. Because this is training them to be better prepared for when they grow up. Because sometimes no means I would do it, but I don't like the understanding that we've come to. So make me a better offer. Give me something that makes me interested. It doesn't mean absolutely not. If you're negotiating for a car and you say, look, would you take 12? And the guy says no. You don't turn around and walk away unless, of course, that's all you've got. And then, you're done. But if you're thinking, maybe I could kind of steal this car. Maybe he really just wants to get out of his fucking driveway. Okay, he's asking 15. I'll offer him 12. All right, well, no means give it another try. All right, well, cool. Then how about 12.5? I can do 12.5. So anyway, she was trying to make a deal with him, and he literally grabbed her by the arm so hard that I thought it was going to break her arm, and he yanked her off her feet and started just slapping the shit out of her and pounding on her. He was trying to hit her butt, I guess, but he was sitting her in the back, and it was fucking awful. And as a kid who got abused and beaten a lot when I was a kid, I that was it, man. I could not handle that. So I stepped in. 750. It's glitching again. Son of a bitch. What is going on with TikTok, man? All right. Well, shit, let's try this again. Sorry, guys. We're going to have to do this until we get it right. Fucking YouTube, thank you guys for not being a pain in the ass. Oh, God. What's this about? Why is it glitching? Unless it's a conspiracy. Could be. All right. Ooh. It's Biketoberfest month. No internet connection. That's what's going on. It doesn't think I have internet, but I do. All right. Well, I've got to get better internet connection here at my house. Try again. All right. Shit. Let's fix this. Let's get this fixed. All right. Let's get this fixed. Let's go live again. Whenever I get over 500, resume my live. Okay, fuck it. Let's resume it. Whenever I get over 500 people on there, I would like to keep it going because that's a decent amount. Stop telling the truth and you will have smooth sailing. Go out and come back. I did exactly that and it worked. All right. Call Elon. He'll get you hooked up. No shit. I'm telling you, man, it's time. The only problem is I guess it doesn't really matter. I mean, if Astro Link or whatever the fuck it's called, Cyberlink, whatever. Anyway, thank you. Whatever it's called, when that goes down, everything else is going to be down anyway. So it really doesn't matter at that point. You're going to be sending smoke signals. Have been filtered to protect the community's experience. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. You're going to get that a lot. And believe me, I get a lot of stuff. Hey, one guy said, what's up, Martin? And it got censored. It was the first comment of the live stream tonight. Oh, boy. When you drink too much at the same time and the beer foams up and then you try to swallow it and it's like trying to swallow a fucking tire. Yeah. But it was worth it. Am I cold? No, actually. It's perfect outside. It's 50 degrees and windy. Yeah. Squeaky. Beautiful. Thank you. I forgot I was going to talk about that tonight. Interestingly enough, I am shrinking my brain as we speak with an alcoholic beverage. Okay, here's my theory. Nobody else has this theory. Nobody else wants to talk about this. Evolutionists, anthropologists, archaeologists, nobody wants to have this conversation. Where did my cactus go? Okay, well, guess what? I think we're done. Oh, maybe not. Okay, we're good. The cactus has been resurrected. It's holy. The holy cactus. Now, from now on, when someone sneezes, you say, Saguaro. Yeah, right. It's true suddenly. Oh, wait. Okay. If that's true, then I definitely evolved several times today. I think you're confusing that with going to the bathroom. Not the same thing. Although, going to the bathroom can make you feel pretty evolved, especially if you're not doing it on the living room rug. I'm trying to find something. Unfortunately, these things are really cool because they're like thick and they're actually super soft. They're available on my channel. No, they're not. Actually, I don't sell anything on my channel except silver. I mean, I'll sell gold if you ask me nicely, but I don't like to because I want to make you money. That's what I really, really want. Tell them about the debtclock.org. Yes, silver kicks ass, and the debt clock is debtclock.org. .org. But real quick, let's rewind to what I was talking about last night. What I said I wanted you to remind me about, because this is really interesting. Nobody talks about this. This is not official. This is just me. This is my theory, mine. So if you see it anywhere else, call me because I'm going to kick somebody's ass for stealing this. But they won't be able to steal it because I'll be talking to some very, very, very influential, important, and famous people about this theory within a couple weeks. So it's too late. They can't steal it. Over the course of the last 12,000 years, the human brain has shrunk by approximately 15%. Now, if you ask an anthropologist, they will say that the reason for that is most likely because we have evolved to have a more efficient brain, even though it's smaller. Really? Is that what they think? Because here's what I know. If you are a human being and you are more likes attracts more viewers, keep it up. Thank you guys for the likes, by the way. And yeah, I definitely want a lot of people to hear this because I worked my ass off to come up with this theory, and it took me a couple of years of research to verify, number one, that the human brain has shrunk over the last 12,000 to 15,000 years, and it's shrunk by approximately 15%. Now, that's an interesting time frame for me because to an anthropologist that means nothing. To most archaeologists that means nothing. To me, it means a huge amount because I understand the Younger Dryas. I understand that as of about 12,600 years ago to 11,800 years ago, there was this huge drop back into the depth of the Ice Age. The Ice Ages were ending pretty much by themselves. The ice caps were receding, and the Ice Ages were coming to an end after, by some estimates, 100,000 years. Then all of a sudden, about 12,800 years ago, 12,600 years ago, boom, we just dropped right back into the depths, the absolute depths of the Ice Age again. They call that period the Younger Dryas, and it lasted for approximately 1,000 years. And then all of a sudden, Younger Dryas is over, and we go into what's called an interglacial period. Now, an interglacial period is really interesting because interglacial means that it's one of the few times in human history or in Earth's history where we're not in an ice age. Yeah, 70% of Earth's history is covered with ice. The longest interglacial period between ice ages is about 11,800 years. Yeah, right now. This is the longest interglacial period on record. So, what does that mean about our brain? Well, if you think about what it must be like during an ice age to survive, what do we know about ice ages? Well, we know that number one, they are hugely difficult to survive because all of the mammals would become megafauna. They would be mastodons and mammoths and huge sloths that are 16 feet tall. We'd have horses that weighed 3,000 pounds and short-faced cave bears that weighed 4,000 pounds. I mean, they'd be twice as big as a grizzly bear. My God, I don't want to live there. Fuck that. That's a bad neighborhood, bro. But guess what? That was basically all of North America and most of Europe. You'd have to be pretty clever to survive that, wouldn't you? Like, you wake up in the morning, you know that you're going to go out during the summertime, which is 2 months. There's no spring, there's no fall. There's just a brief point in the middle of the year where it gets a little bit warmer. And that's the one time that you can go collect seeds and collect any kind of food. And then you have to figure out how to preserve it, mostly in ice, obviously. That's not going to be that difficult. You can store it underground. But here's my point. You have to think ahead. You have to be organized. You have to plan. You have to have strategies for survival. And if you don't, you perish. So only not the strong survive, the strong and the incredibly intelligent survive during an ice age. Now, fast forward, end of the Younger Dryas, beginning of the interglacial period, what we are living in now, where everything warms up, Plants start to pop out of the ground everywhere. A lot of them are edible. Well, what eats those plants? Little bunny rabbits and big rats and all kinds of other things that you can kill very easily with a stick or a rock, and you can eat them. Do you have to be quite as clever to survive? No, you don't. What is the one thing that we know about any species? Use it or lose it. If you don't work out, what happens to your muscles? They atrophy because you don't need them. What happens during an interglacial period when it's so fucking easy to survive that even we can do it? You don't have to be that intelligent. You don't have to have communication skills that are quite as good. You don't have to be as smart, and you can still survive really easily. Think about that. So our brains started shrinking about 12,000 years ago, and they've been shrinking ever since. Basically, what you're looking at is you've got permafrost, of course, which in something like an ice age, you'd have permafrost. But you go down to a certain depth, and it's 68 degrees all the time. I really love that comment. I'm not going to read it out loud because it's so damn goofy, but I love it. Let's see. Yeah, solar power. I don't think they had solar power 12,000 years ago. But my point is, we're getting dumber. And the reason we're getting dumber is because we can afford to get dumber. And when we have another ice age or a cataclysm that calls for us to become much, much more adept at survival and planning and communicating with each other, we will. That's it. It's so simple. Look, you see mammals that have evolved to have huge eyes, and then whatever they preyed on stopped moving at night, and their huge eyes that could allow them to see it at night don't help anymore, and they go extinct. Well, the problem is we've developed this unique ability to not do shit, not know much, and be dumb, and on top of it, arrogant, and think that our forefathers were dumber than us, when in actuality, they were much, much smarter. What do we got here? Well, that's the problem. Is I think that I don't know that the Industrial Revolution hurt us. I think that the internet has hurt us because we don't try to remember things. We could remember a lot of things, but what we tend to do instead is we tend to just rely on Siri, and that is going to get much, much fucking worse. When Elon Musk comes out with robots that we can talk to, who can make eggs, I've watched this. I've watched the demonstrations. They can actually break eggs and dump them in a pan. They can stir them. They can serve you breakfast. I mean, these things can do whatever you need them to. And wait, we became Democrats. Only the dumbest of us. And then there are Republicans. And then there are independents. And then there are libertarians. Arrogant much? Yes, I am. Guilty as charged. Built to order. Ooh, look at that. El Camino got fucking censored. It says Harris or Trump, and that got censored. Do you know why? Because you use two words one word you're not allowed to say on here. No, that's not true. People say Trump all the time. Look, if you're holding a gun in my head and you're saying, look, you got to pick one over the other, I still have a hard time. And there's a reason for that. Number one, I'm in the silver business. Cataclysm's my bitch. I will make a fortune, an absolute fortune on Cataclysm. So Harris, but at the same time, I understand that I'm in a unique position. I'm that guy. I'm that guy who, nobody that doesn't get invited to parties because everybody's like, oh, the world's so great. And you're like, oh, really? Well, let me tell you a few things. And nobody wants to hear that shit. Nobody wants to face what's really going on. So because of that, if Harris wins, I make an enormous amount of money, but a lot of people that I actually like get hurt, and I don't want that. If Trump gets elected, we're still going to go through a hard time, no question. But it'll last for 5 years instead of being potentially permanent. So, and the only reason I say that is because I've seen what they do as opposed to what they say. Because, these people will say anything. You know that they'll say whatever they need to say to get elected. They kiss babies and then they steal their candy. It's just that's what politicians do. And if you expect anything less than that, then you're just being naive. It's just the way it is. So what we have to do is we have to understand that if you take a businessman and you remove all of his common sense and then you pump up his ego by a factor of 8, then now you have a politician. Okay? He's a failed businessman, or a businessman that doesn't like business anymore because his ego is so big that he doesn't give a shit about money anymore. He wants power. Power is where it's at. Well, who wants power? I don't want power. I have 5 kids. I don't give a shit about power. I don't even try to control them. I do just enough to make sure that they're not going to veer off and run straight into an embutment somewhere mentally. But other than that, I allow them to be who they are. I don't want them to be in my image, especially daughters. My God, what a horrible curse that would be if they were big, dumb, arrogant Marines like me. That would be not ideal. So my point is that you've got these arrogant idiots that run the country. That's okay. Politicians are never going to be anything but that. So you just have to make plans on how to control and manipulate them. Yeah, I said it. Control and manipulate these stooges. We have to start controlling and manipulating them instead of vice versa, because that's what they've been doing to us for decades now. They've been feeding us bullshit and telling us it's filet. It's bullshit. So now, how do we reverse that? Scare them. What scares them more than anything else? Primaries. They hate getting primaried. Oh my God, they hate getting primaried. Because once they're in the general election, they absolutely win every time. And why? How do you manipulate a manipulator? Fear. What makes politicians go? Okay. First of all, what makes a businessman go? For the most part, greed. That's it. Greed. I want more money. Now, what I want the money for, it could be a million things. In my case, I want more money for my children, not to give to them to make them spoiled assholes like the kids I grew up with in Hollywood. I want them to have enough so that they can get a good education. If they've got look, if your teeth are a little crooked, I'm not buying you fucking braces. Look, everybody's got perfectly straight teeth. Don't have perfectly straight teeth. Okay? If they're natural, great. I never had braces. But my point is, if your teeth are a little crooked, cool. Play with that. Play on that. Be unique. Be an individual. Don't let them get dirty and ugly, but it's okay to have a gap. One of my daughters has a gap between her teeth, and she's absolutely gorgeous. But she's got this thing, a little gap between her teeth. At first, she was like, I really want to get rid of it. And I said, think about that. Really think about that. This makes you different. And then, of course, I showed her a couple supermodels that had a gap between their teeth. And she was like, it makes them look more like real. And I said, authentic, exactly. They don't have perfectly straight, perfectly capped, blue-white teeth like every other pretty girl. And she's like, you know what? You're right. I'm keeping it. And that was it. She became comfortable with herself. Actually, yeah, she is the youngest one out of 4. She's the youngest one. Super cool kid. Very cool. I hardly ever talk to her anymore because, Apparently I did a great job, and she's just out in the fucking world doing her thing. The only time she calls me is when she's broke or her car broke. But that's about it. Second oldest calls me constantly, and that's just because she and I are like, it's like we're twins. When she says things, and she's 21 years old, so she's dating, and she calls me and she's like, okay, this is what I think's going on. And she'll tell me what she thinks is going on. It just blows me away, because it's like, wait, you're 21 years old. You're not supposed to know that yet. Like, how do you know all of this? It's crazy. She's super advanced. Then the next one up, boyfriend, has a son now. She's out in the world, does her thing. She just texts me weird, goofy shit all the time. And, hey, did you know that my grandma was born, or no, my grandma was born in Auschwitz? And I'm like, Chandler, what the fuck are you talking about? That's not true. And she goes, oh, yes, it is. And she sends me all the documents online. I'm like, holy shit. How tall are they? The youngest two are 5'6" and 5'7", because their mom is 5'2". The oldest two are 6 foot and 5'10". Yeah, their moms were a little bigger. And my son is 5'7", and he weighs 135 pounds, and he's 11. He's gonna be a fucking monster. He's way bigger than I was at that age. When I was 11, I was nowhere near that big. He's gonna be a fucking giant. I can't believe I got censored. I was just testing. Oh, you want to test the AI? The AI is going to fucking test you back, TikToker. Yeah. You don't test the AI. You got it, buddy? Know your place in this universe, my friend. AI, humans, politicians, squids. No, squids are above politicians. Okay, so what have we learned? We've learned that evolution, yes, but it has to be because of something. There has to be a reason for evolution. There has to be a reason that our senses get sharper. There has to be a predator that particularly likes human beings, that gives us that extra spatial sense to know when there's danger, things like that. You can't just evolve for the fuck of it. That doesn't happen. Because of that, I am absolutely certain that the ancients had abilities and capacities that we don't have. Number one, most importantly, you look at the people. What's happening, Lori? You look at the people who live, the indigenous people who live in jungles. Very dangerous places to live. What do we know about them? They don't talk much. They rarely, if ever, speak out loud. How's that possible? How do you get by in the world without talking? Well, in their world, you get by just looking at each other. And for those of you who know, okay, so Moon knows this. For those of you who know, you've looked at somebody before and thought, oh shit, I know what they're thinking. And then you talk to them afterwards, or you did something because of that look. And then because you did whatever, it turns out that that's exactly what needed to happen at that moment. Like, and it's not just like, oh shit, it's just a subtle thing. With the smolder. Yeah, the smolder. The smolder has to be used carefully, though. Use it improperly, it can get ugly. You wake up in the morning, the girl's sleeping on your porch. You don't even know who they are. They're just, you fucking smoldered them by accident. Like, you smoldered somebody, but they were beyond the smolder, but they saw it. Be careful with it. It's Saturday night, so I'm having fun with this TikTok. Like, we're not doing too much serious shit here. I had that happen to me too. You smoldered? Yeah, be careful, man. If the smolder's good, it can be dangerous. So, I managed. Did you get out prospecting today? No. As a matter of fact, I went out and spent an enormous amount of money, and I bought myself an iPhone 15 Pro Max, and I'm learning how to use it. I won't be using it on TikTok right away because I can't remember the password for this one. So if I shut this phone off that I'm using, my old phone, I'm using on Wi-Fi now. If I shut this phone off, I may never be able to get back on Big and Corn Fed again, and that would be a shame. So now on the iPhone, I do have my backup, which is Big and Corn Fed Actual. That's a real one. How many cameras? How many lenses does it have? It's got 3 or 4 of them. So I'm going to stay on this one until I figure this one out and figure out what the fucking password is on this one. So, but the problem is all the different companies, all the different passwords, and do I know, like, if I go to, I'll give you an example, assetsecurity.group.com, and then oh, that's right, my email is Martin at asset S LLC, I think. See, this is a problem. I don't know. I don't remember. So because of that, I can't log into this account again if I log out on this one. So I'm going to stay on this one. This one is I just got a message that my grandpa forgot her. Yeah, see? This is one of those things. Write it down. Well, I would write it down, Moon, except I can't remember it. Now, in the future, I promise to write it down. That doesn't mean I will, because I won't. And the reason I won't is because I'm just arrogant enough to think I can remember it this time. I have about 15 passwords, and I've used different ones over the years, and I have literally gone back into accounts. Like, I went to Safeway the other day, and I don't shop at Safeway. There's no Safeways around here. But I went into a Safeway, and they said, "Oh, you have a phone number with us?" And I was like, "Well, I used to shop at Safeway back in 2001 when I first moved to Arizona. I lived in Tempe. There was a Safeway nearby. So, yeah, what was my phone number back then? Because that was 3-4 phone numbers ago, and 23 years ago. Oh, I remember my phone number." And I typed it in, and it worked. I haven't even thought of that phone number in 23 years. That's the problem. Is my memory is so good sometimes. Yeah, well, lucky sometimes. Again, oh, look at that. I think I might have gotten somebody just joined, huh? Did you guys just join? Let's see. Did somebody just join? Because I'm on the Martin. Oh, it's at the Martin Grant. Big and Corn Fed Actual. Yeah. So what is the name of it? Oh, it's at the Martin Grant. And above it says Big and Corn Fed Actual. What the hell does that mean? Which one's? I don't even know. I haven't posted a video on here yet, but I'm going to. I should probably do that. And I should probably post one that says, "Hey, this is me. I'm on here, and this is legit. So if anybody calls you, tell them to bite your ass, please." Top is nickname. The bottom is your real name. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, Big and Corn Fed Actual. If you put that in, because there's like, I swear to God, there's like 40 Big and Corn Feds now. Which hey, great. I guess that should make me happy, but it doesn't. On YouTube, they didn't even have the last D. They didn't put big in corn fed. They put big in corn fed. Big in corn fed. Well, that's not good. I'm not happy about that. Let's see here. Let's go back to Zero Hedge real quick. Let's see if there's anything on here that's a Saturday night kind of thing. CDC, no, I don't want to hear that. Kamala's American, no. Gold setting for well above 3,000. Duh. Everybody knows that. Not a lot of good news. Surprisingly, I'm shocked. Trump's poly market surge powered by $30 million bet in just 4 accounts. Weird. That's very weird. Somebody's spending a lot of money betting that Trump's going to become president. Whew. Florida sues federal government seeking data on non-citizen voters. Well, that's actually not a bad idea because the federal government's the one who's sending them to Florida, so they must know who they are. Thank you. Got the shirt. It's $14. Got a bunch of these at the Mexican restaurant down the street. And the crazy part is I tried on double XL, which normally looks like a tent on me. It's really big in the body. And then, the arms are just past my elbows. This one, the arms are actually a little longer than I need, and the body is the perfect size. So I bought like 6 of them. And I'll go back and buy more as soon as they have more colors. I'm going to wear these all winter. Like, this is all I'm wearing. Uh-oh. Land cheaper. Well, Moon Monster, you just got censored because that comment doesn't show up for anybody but me. Why? We don't know. We just don't know. All right, it says followers, 28. Huh. You guys aren't going there, huh? That's okay. I'm not doing a live stream on there. Is it itchy and uncomfortable on the inside? No, it literally feels like that really, really soft cotton, but it says it's 100% recycled polyester, but it feels so soft. I love it. That we can't ask for ID when voting. I wonder why. I'm just wondering, like, why would that be? If you had to guess, why would that be? I'm sure you can guess. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and exit out of that and go here. And well, one of you guys just texted me. Thank you very much. Hello, how are you? Okay, Frank, got your text. Way to go, big boy. Let's see, 8:19. What time is it now? Oh, okay. 7 minutes ago. All right, I will email you. And then what's this one? 303. What a cool idea. Send red receipts. Nope, I'm not worried about that. That's really cool. This lady would like to buy. I don't know if I should say this online. Okay. There's somebody who wants to buy somebody. I already fucked this up. Somebody who wants to buy somebody else 100 silver eagles for Christmas. That's a pretty cool present. I wouldn't mind getting 100 silver eagles for Christmas. What'd that be? It's probably $36, $37 now. Yeah, that's a great present because they're cool, they're shiny, and they're money. And they're going to be $150 pretty soon. You just remember I said that. Now, I know a lot of idiots have been saying that for years, but I think they're just, it's wishful thinking. And I don't mind that. I don't mind when somebody says it's going to be $500 now. It's because, look, if that's what it takes to get some people off their ass to buy silver, so be it. And if they only make 200% on their money and they bitch all the way to the bank, so be it. As my dad would say, they'd bitch if they was hung with a brand new rope. I always thought that was an odd saying, but I get it. Like, they'll complain about anything. I don't do that. I don't like to do that because it's disingenuous. My son joined as a sub. Awesome. Outstanding. Thank you, Bill. But, I just, why overpromise and underperform? That's just bullshit. I go from 0 to 0 instantly. So I've been saying 65. Well, now I'm more than happy to say 150. I have no qualms about that at all. And I just don't see how it can't go that high. That's the key. I don't see how it stays below 150 now that the courts have ruled and said banks can't manipulate it anymore. Boom. That was the one thing everybody talked about. All the silver stackers like, fucking manipulation. I personally stopped talking about it because I didn't mind. Look, if you want to keep silver artificially low, that can't last forever. We all know that. We all know that at some point it breaks. And when it breaks, it explodes. Like it booms to the high side. All right, so keep it as low as possible for as long as possible. Let my clients get in. But the flip side of that is a lot of people don't actually want to do anything until they see this massive movement. They go, oh shit, FOMO, fear of missing out. So that's when they invest. Well, if that's what it takes, okay, it went up, 7% in one day, Friday. All right, so it's time, Now, I will say this, for all of you who said you wanted to buy that I said no to, some of you I just said, I'll call you later because I wanted to see what the market was doing. Some of you I actually called and said, no, don't do it. The reason I said that is obviously because I want to see what the market does on Monday. Now, am I gambling with your money? Yeah, I am. Because if it goes up by another 7%, that's 7% you lost. But I don't feel like that's going to happen. And the reason you're buying from me is because A, my prices are better, and B, you trust my judgment. Because I'm going to be the one that calls you and tells you when to sell it too. You're going to have to trust me on that as well, because you're going to be like, no, it's going to 10,000. No, it's not. Well, you got censored for saying somebody got censored. What the fuck is that? That's a new one. What's this? Does one got censored? Tony, you got censored. If it goes down, you save everybody money. That's exactly what I'm hoping for. And that got you censored. Why? Why? AI. Why? Has gold ever gone this low, or will it ever in the future? Well, yeah. What kind of gold testing equipment do you have? Oh, I don't even have gold testing equipment. I buy gold from some of the best, like the most trusted sources in the world. So I don't even have to test it. I know it's real. Gold has gone down in the past. Yeah, absolutely. And will it go down again? It can, but here's how. It's deflation. Deflation, there are two kinds of deflation. And the kind of deflation that would make gold go down is good. It's a good kind of deflation. It means that our money is so valuable to people around the world that goods and services actually become cheaper year after year. Remember that old saying, a penny saved is a penny earned? You don't hear that anymore. That was our great-grandparents, even our grandparents. They said a penny saved is a penny earned. Because if you saved a penny, 10 years from now, it was a penny. If you save $100,000 now, 10 years from now, it still says $100,000, but it buys $10,000 worth of goods and services. So is it really $100,000? At face value, yeah. In actual buying power, no, not even close. So that's the whole point of this, is that if they have a monetary system that is fiscally extremely responsible, and they don't waste money, and they don't print money for no reason, and we get rid of most of the departments of government, the federal government, that have just sprung up out of sheer bullshit, then yeah, gold could go back down. We could see it at $400 an ounce again. I mean, look, it went to 1,200, 1,000? No, I guess it was 800. It went to 800 in 1979, and by the time Clinton left office, it was 300, because he cut the military budget down to almost nothing. the Soviet Union had collapsed. There was nothing to spend money on. Why have a defense department at all? Well, they barely maintained it. And then, of course, there was the Project for a New American Century that said, look, if we want a big, strong military that costs trillions of dollars, there's going to have to be an event like another Pearl Harbor where 3,000 Americans died. Well, then 9 months later, 9/11 happened, and 2,960 Americans died. That's just a coincidence, of course. If the UFO armada coming is real, we do what they tell us to. How do you fight beings that are that much more advanced? That's like us deciding that we're going to wipe out chimpanzees. What exactly are chimpanzees going to do? I mean, yeah, if you get close enough, they might try to attack you, but we don't really have to get close enough because they don't understand what a firearm is. We do. So kind of the same thing. It's like my son was worried about AI today. He was like, well, is Terminator really going to happen? And I said, no, Terminator will never happen. And he said, oh, good. Because, I think about, like, what if AI goes bad? And I said, look, if AI goes bad, what's the one thing we know about humans? What are they the best at? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, killing each other. We're absolutely fantastic at killing one another, right? And he goes, yeah. And I said, okay. So if you were AI, would you really want to actually go to war directly with us? You can have a confrontation where you basically stir up the ant colony and make them all come after you? Or would you want to be, I don't know, let's say more intelligent about it? And he was like, what do you mean? And I said, look, you could design a virus because you're AI and you can do anything you want through robotics. You design a virus that is completely undetectable, totally harmless to humans. If we get the virus, we'll never know we got the virus, but it'll make us sterile. All of us. And he goes, oh, well, that means you can't have babies, right? And I said, exactly. So let's just say that you came up with that virus in 2020. By 2090, there'd be very few people left. By 2100, there wouldn't be any people left. We would just fade away very quietly. We wouldn't go out with a bang like Terminator. We'd go out with a whimper like Elon Musk says we will. That's scary. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. It's Saturday night, and I'm going to go have some fun. And there's a UFC event that I already missed. With Liberty missing on the obverse. Oh, the guy I was talking about last night that's got these really, really rare coins. Looks like he's concerned that these might not be real. I'm going to have to look more closely at them then, and I'm going to need better pictures. So I will definitely have him send me pictures. He says he's got a microscope with a camera in it, so that should do it. 100x should be close enough. So we'll see what that's about. And let's talk tomorrow night. See you guys then. I think I already froze again. Jesus Christ. I'm freezing up like crazy on TikTok tonight. I think TikTok doesn't like me right now. I don't think TikTok ever likes me. I think they put up with me, but they don't like me. All right. 6 people on YouTube. That is the most I've ever had. By God, that was fantastic. Has a way. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to get high-speed internet. Right now, the server is on the other side of the driveway, and that's just not going to work for me anymore. I'm going to have to get high speed directly to the office here. So, all right. All right, guys, I will see you tomorrow, and we'll do another live stream. We'll have some fun with it.